Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2015 with the Rude Man, and we are back in California. And I thought we'd start off this morning with a little bit of helicopter ride, only because I got some things I need to show you that I did offline in between the last episode and this one. I really meant to record an episode. I started recording, and it got corrupted. So I did a little bit of work that I couldn't show you. So I want to show you what I've done. And it's easier to do it in the air. That's only because it's really, really fun to fly this helicopter. I just love it. Anyway, does it fit on the farm? I don't know. But it's fun to fly. And on a map like this, it's kind of handy to get around in. Okay, so if you remember in the last episode, I was trying to figure out where to trade in my rental equipment because I was having trouble with the game. It doesn't know when something is rented if you actually own the same piece of equipment. So in this case, I had several of these combines that I'm using to thresh the product. I own two of these, and I rented one. Well, okay, so the problem is when I go to return the rental, it wants to sell one of the ones I own because the game doesn't distinguish between something I buy and something I rent, per se, if it's the same piece of equipment. So anyway, I had to try. Oh God, I want that guy. I want that guy bad. I'm gonna ram him. Ramming speed. This guy buzzes my farm every day, and I've had enough. See if I can catch him. Anyway, I was looking for a place to actually drive the piece of rental equipment and turn it in, so I didn't have to sell one of my pieces. I'm never going to catch that guy. I probably can't ram him anyway. So here's what I found. I took the piece of equipment to town, which is pretty much south of my farm. It's down in the south east corner of the map, and I'll show you. There's actually a couple places. There is no dealer per se like you get on most maps. What the map author of this map did was he created a couple of dealers, a Case dealer and a John Deere dealer, and there may be more. This is just, I stopped looking when I found these two. So if you look over here, let's see, where's the Case dealer at? Of it. There's the John Deere dealer right there, but there's a Case dealer. There it is, where all the Case tractors are. Okay, so there's a Case dealer here, and if you look in the front of the building, there's a place where you can sell eggs. Why you would sell eggs at a Case dealer, I don't know. But there's also right there, if you look, you'll see the little icon that has a tractor with the $ on it. Okay, that's one of them. This one, though, if you look at it, it seems to be quite high in the air. So I don't know what that's all about. I did take my tractor there to sell it, and I couldn't because I couldn't reach the icon. Now, the one that's over at the John Deere dealer is on the ground. So all I did was drive that piece of equipment over here and turn it in. And it's right behind the building here. So you'll see it right there. Got the little icon with the tractor and the $. And all you do is just drive your piece of equipment over there, get out, grab that icon, and trade or return or sell your piece of equipment. Okay, so the other thing I did, I'm trying to make a little bit more income, and I don't have a lot of income coming in. So I found a place over on this side of the map that has a small oil field. There's actually several small oil fields on the map. Let me see if I can find this particular one. was. I don't think it was here. No, it wasn't here. No, I can't find it now. Well, let's see if I can find it. There's another little kind of a... I thought that was a dealership there, but it's not really. There's nothing on it as far as you buying and selling or anything. But there was a little oil field. Where in the heck is it? I'm just having fun flying my helicopter. Straighten up, fly right, buddy. All right, it's not here. Where did I see that? Doggone it. I bet it was closer to town. So the other thing that I did was I made a couple of transport routes. If you look at the map, I own those round fields, number 11 in the top right, the top left-hand corner, and number 12 down in the lower left-hand corner. They're quite a ways from my farm. So I made a couple of transport routes to those two locations because I'm going to be working them real soon. I had other people that have had the same problem with field 11 that they couldn't harvest the crop on it. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know where this oil field is now that I'm doggone it. I just can't remember where it was. I thought it was back by field 12, but maybe not. I think I found it when I was trying to sell equipment, so. Well, shoot. I'll find it. But anyway, what I did was to make a little bit more income, I purchased, I've got a mod here on Placeables that that I can place down an oil well, and I can make, it's $95,000, but I can make $1,450 an hour with it. So it gives me just a little bit of additional income. In the same note, I also saw several windmills, well, not windmills, wind turbines around, and so somebody is stealing the air off my farm and making money on it. So I thought, well, if they can do it, why can't I do it? So I have another mod that is a wind turbine mod, and when you place it down, you make a little bit of money each hour, and that's game hour. So every time a game hour goes by, I make a little bit of income. Now, I didn't put too many up. There were two already, if you look, as we're coming closer to those wind turbines. Oh, there's my grass guy. As we come closer to the wind turbines, you see the two great big tall ones. Those are the people that aren't mine. The little short ones are mine. And so I put those up, and I'll make a little bit of income. See, there's an oil field over here too that I'm going to probably put some oil fields up on as soon as I make a little more money. So anyway, other than that, the only thing I did that I remember is that I did a little bit more of the harvest. So I'm still harvesting. We'll land this thing and get on with that. Yeah, I decided to park this thing right by my house. I didn't notice I had a big propane tank by my house. This is my farmhouse, so I figured this was a good place to park it. I have to watch out once in a while. I'll snag those trees, but I think it's okay. Park it right in my driveway. There we go. So let's get on with the harvest. These guys are already working. This is field 2, which I do not own. This is my main field by my farm, and I do not own it. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to earn enough money to buy it. I've got $500,000 already. So I'm going to keep renting equipment for the time being so that I can buy this this farm. Now this farm, this field is 840, so I'm getting close. But I want to make sure I purchase this one because it's, like I said, if you look at my farm, there's my farm. It's my main field, and I don't own it. So now I do not own this field here, which doesn't even have a number on it. I called it Field 5, and it's got grass on it. Now this field up here also does not have a number on it, and it's got some kind of alfalfa or something on it, which again I can turn into grass. So I did make a course on it, and I've made a course on this. As soon as Enterprise is done on Field 5, I called this one Field 1 because it's next to Field 1. So this is grass Field 5 and grass Field 1. There's a couple others. This one down here, it's the same thing. You notice there's no number on it, and it's got some form of mowable substance on it. So there's several of these on the map that are fields that actually don't have a number on it. See this one up here? Does not have a number on it. This one right here does not have a number on it. So I think we can just use that to get our grass and stuff. The next thing I want to do is figure out which one of these businesses I want to buy. This one right here is a pig business, and it's right across from my farm. And it's very small. I might go ahead and buy that one, but I'm not ready to get into animals yet. The other one is this beef place up here by Field 11. It's huge. And, but again, I'm not ready to get into animals yet. Then the next one I was looking at was a dairy, and I can't remember where it's at. Maybe it's down here. The dairy is huge. I mean, the dairy, you can have like 8,000 cattle on the dairy farm, so I'm not quite sure. It might be this one. This might be the dairy right here. Yeah, this one here by Field 12, all this is you can buy the silo usage there. There's a bunch of grain storage silos, and you can buy that and be able to use those. But I'm not really into grain harvest at this point. So I'm thinking of maybe getting the pig farm and then moving down to the dairy farm. The other one is called the Hansen farm, and let's see, where's it at? I can't remember where. It's up here, I think. This one here, and basically they sell hay. So there you go. That might be something that goes with my business here, but I'm not prepared to do that yet. So yeah, I think what I'll probably do is get the pig one first, and then the cow, the dairy cattle one down here. But we'll see. That's whenever I get enough money to purchase those and I have enough equipment to run everything, which I don't. I think I still have a loan to pay off. So let's see, make sure everybody's working okay here. Yeah, let's see. He's getting close. It's a shame I had to destroy this. I'm not the only one. I had a couple of subscribers tell me they had the same issue. They couldn't harvest this, and it didn't show a growth pattern. And what I mean by that is when you go in here and you look at your map here where it shows growth, okay, that doesn't show any growth. There's no growth there. But when you go to this, it shows that there was fruit on it. So it's kind of weird. So I decided what I'd do is I'd just cultivate it down and replant it. And somebody also told me there's another field that's just like that on this map. And I forget which one it was. Let me see if I can find that. Okay, so Field 21, they say. So Field 21, they're telling me, does the same sort of thing, which is down here. I've not done anything down there yet, so I'll wait and see what happens there. This guy's almost done. As soon as he is, I've got a cedar waiting to to take over and seed this thing. I kind of goofed up. I rented 2 seeders because I had a lot of seeding to do, but I jumped the gun a little bit and I wasn't ready to do it. And so I've got this guy that I've rented that I've been paying rent on, and he's sitting here doing nothing. And I was going to return him except for the fact that I already filled it up with fertilizer and seed, and I didn't want to waste the fertilizer and seed. So it's debatable. I'm losing money either way. If I turn it back in, I lose the money on the seed and the fertilizer. If I don't, then I'm paying rent on something I'm not using, and it's debatable which one's costing me more money. In this case, it's both. So this guy here, let's see, what do I have to seed? All right, I've got 25. I need to start seeding this. I'm waiting for it to be finished. I just blew it. I shouldn't have rented both of those. What else can I do? 12 is seeded, I think. I've got that done. And I'm waiting to do 11. 22 I don't own. I can't do 2 until I purchase it, so I'm hoping I make enough money. Everybody's working, so I'm just kind of waiting. I'm waiting. And I kind of decided, as far as the grass goes, I'm going to store it for now, because eventually I'm going to have lots and lots of animals. So I decided to store the grass. As far as the silage goes, I stopped making silage. If you notice, looking at that tube on the side of the silo, it's about half done. The top half is still grass. The bottom half is silage. I did fill this one up. I stopped and didn't buy any more of these. I will probably buy at least 2 more and line them up here. And the reason why I stopped was because I'm using my chaff to make the silage. I need the chaff to make income because I have debts and I have equipment that I'm renting and not purchasing. So I stopped filling the silage machine. Well, that one was full. I stopped purchasing the other 2 until such time as I get caught up with my bills. And I got this poor little guy working his butt off, selling everything. So I'm making a little bit of money here and there. And I'm going to be in trouble here in a minute because I'm getting to dark 100. And I may have to decide and bite the bullet and turn in those cedars for now, because it's going to cost me a fortune to keep renting them overnight when I'm not using them. It's almost 7 in the evening. It's going to be dark here pretty soon. And with this light mod that I have on here, the Real Daylight mod, it gets very, very dark at night. To kind of help with that, I do have another mod. I downloaded this mod here. I've not used it yet. It's a placeable floodlight. And it stays on. I wonder if that's the same one. No, I think that's the only one I have. The placeable floodlight stays on 24/7. And it costs you $5 a day. So, you know, big deal. But I got this to kind of combat the darkness that the Daylight mod provides. It's a little expensive though, so I'm going to wait to get those. God, I tell you what, I'm just chomping at the bit to decide whether to turn those cedars in or not. Oh man, let me check and see how this guy's doing. He's almost done, which means I can start seeding this field. I might do that and let the cedar work during the night. I don't know. But that means that one of the One of the seeders has got to go. All right, what's he doing? He should be done. Oh, he's got that little thing there. All right, let's get this guy finished here so we can get to work. I got a little bit of stuff on the side that I want to get rid of. I just want this field clean so that when I work it, it's a crop that I can actually get paid for. And I noticed that it missed a little patch over here, so let me run over here. Where was that? Can't remember which way it was. I don't know. Maybe it was the other end of the field. I'll go around and see if I can find it, but I've got other stuff there. Wait. What's this up here? There it is. Yeah, look, it looks like part of this was fertilized and part of it wasn't. I don't know what the heck that was about. Like I say, I want to clean this up. Whoops. I missed it. All right. Come on, this articulated tractor is weird. I'm gonna miss them both. Oh man, I thought I could get both of them, and then I ended up missing both of them. That was fun. This map was made, well, is not made for, but set up for the soil management mod. And that's why you see all those weeds everywhere. At some point, soil management was on this mod and the weeds grew up. So there's weeds everywhere. I could go and probably take care of them if it really bothered me, and I don't know if it does. If it's on the field, then it kind of bothers me a little bit. So I can clean the weeds up a little bit. If it's on my fields, it bothers me a little bit, and I might clean those up. On or around my fields, and there are some that are. I've seen them. So as soon as I get up here past that mark right there, I'll go ahead and start seeding this field. I think I can use the same one to seed as I did to cultivate. So let's get that seeder. I jumped the gun on that one. Engine wasn't started. That's probably hard on the engine too. I'll tell you what. Okay, I think that I can use the same course. Let me try it. This is set on seeding and fertilizing right here. And if I choose the cultivate field 11, I think I can use the same course, because I just named it cultivate. It would be exactly the same setup if I didn't. So you know what I can do now that I have it is I can just rename it. I can create a second course. So seed field 11, because the only difference in it is how you set your tools up. See, I've got, this is field work, and that's what I would do if I was cultivating, and this is seed and fertilizer. So it should be okay if I just run up here and start this thing. Oh, come on, get closer. All right, should work there. Let me get the other guy out of the way. I'm gonna try to stay ahead of the other tractor with this. So let me get him started, if you will. Drive the course. Yeah, I think he's gonna be okay. So we'll check that out in a minute. In the meantime, we try to keep this guy ahead of the game here. One of the Krone Big X's is full. I wonder if the tractor's going to get to it. I haven't been paying attention. I think they're okay. But like I say, I haven't really been paying attention. I can't wait to get rid of this rental equipment. It costs me a lot of money, and it's hard to keep track of what's rented and what's not. And if I have equipment rented that I also own, then it's a pain in the butt. Oh, this guy's gonna catch me. I gotta keep going. I think I can keep ahead of him if I'm careful. He's not gonna reach those things on the right there on the first pass. That'll be his second pass. So I can get this stuff on the edge first and stay ahead of him, and then whip over and get those little things. Even if I miss those, it's no big deal. This is the next time I do the field, I'll catch him, I think. Oh, he's catching fast. He must be going a lot faster than I am. Well, that's not right. I can slow him down if I stay ahead of him, because he can't. He has to stop. Otherwise he'll plow into me. He's trying to get around me. There goes that plane that's buzzing my farm all the time. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. What that means is I don't know. I'd have to ask a sailor, I guess. I asked somebody that one time. What does it mean, 3 sheets to the wind? Why is that a reference to being drunk? And the guy says, I don't know, you have to ask a sailor. So I did. I asked a guy I know that has a sailboat, and he said, well, in a storm, if you've got your sheets, which are your whatcha-dingers, your sails, they call those the sheets. In a storm, you bring those down, because if you don't, the winds just blow your ship everywhere, and your ship would be, you know, waddling through the water like a drunken sailor. So that's why 3 sheets to the wind, you know, that's what that means. If you had 3 sheets in the wind, your ship would be wandering everywhere. So in a storm, you take your sheets down. Time to wash the sheets. Or either a storm or a good party, I suppose. This guy's really anxious to get around me, isn't he? Get out of my way. So it's almost 8 o'clock. I'm going to run out of daylight pretty soon. So I got to get rid of that other cedar. About the time I think I can raise this cultivator, I get another patch coming up. I was just thinking that I could raise and lower, but it's not really worth the effort if they're that close together. Right now, I can raise it and then I can go a lot faster. Can't remember whether there was any on this southern part of the field. I might have gotten this already. See those purple flowers? They're all weeds. I just might cultivate around these fields. You never know. Because I think without the soil management, they won't go back. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but that's my thoughts on it. Alright, getting dark. Getting dark. Come on. Come on. I know I saw some more. Must have been on the northern part of the field. Oh, there's a little patch. That damn plane again. I'd shoot it down. My next mod I'm looking for is a bazooka or a missile launcher. I can shoot that plane down. I tried to ram it. You saw me in the last episode that you didn't get to see because I got corrupted. I actually did ram it, but there's no collision on it, so I didn't do any damage to either me or him. Bummer trails. Okay, am I being a little OCD here? Yeah, actually I am. Just a little bit. I'm not OCD in any way, but it is debatable saying something like that. Because, you know, I could say, oh. Whoa, that was close. I almost cultivated what I just planted because I wasn't paying attention. I might just have to leave that little piece right there. Unless I can clip it. Can I clip it? No, I might just leave it. I might leave that other one too. Anyway, it's debatable if you say, you know, that I'm not OCD. I'm not OCD in the fact that I'm not overly OCD. Let's put it that way. I think everybody's a little bit OCD if you think of it this way, that why did I clean that up? Well, I cleaned it up because I like it to look clean. And, okay, so you're going to mop the kitchen floor. And there's mud because the kids come running in with muddy boots, right? And you're going to mop the kitchen floor, all except for 1 square inch right in the center of the floor. Are you going to leave it there, or is that going to bother you? You know, even if you're not OCD, it's my opinion that something like that would bother you, and you just have to wipe it up, you know. So that's what I mean by saying that everybody's a little bit OCD. Now, if I didn't do it, would I lose sleep over it? No. Some people would. Some people would sit there all night just thinking only about that little patch of dirt on the floor until they actually got up and cleaned it up, and then they could go to sleep. I knew a guy like that. His therapist told him to, let's see, I've got a course set up, but this is not going to work with this piece of equipment because it's so damn wide. I'll have to watch it when I get back to the farm because I can't go down the driveway. It's too wide. So let's see here. Let's dump that. And let's do a TP field 11 to main farm. Oh, shoot. Don't do that. There you go. Anyway, I had this guy I knew that was going to a therapist because he was having nervous breakdowns and he had a heart attack. And so they sent him to a therapist because he was so overly stressed out by anything that was out of place. If you went to his kitchen or his into his bathroom and opened the medicine chest, everything in there had its place. And if it wasn't in the right place, it would drive him crazy. So if he kept his toothbrush on the left-hand side on the bottom shelf, that's where it went. If you put it the next shelf up, it would drive him nuts. He couldn't stand it. That's not where it's supposed to go. And everything in his life was like that. Everything had a place, and if it wasn't in it, he couldn't sleep. It would just drive him crazy. So one of his things that he had to do, that his therapist told him to do, was to take one of his wrenches. He had one of those pegboard things in his basement where all his tools went. So each thing had its own place. His thing for the night was to go down, take one of the screwdrivers or the crescent wrenches off of the shelf, off its peg, and lay it on the shelf, and then go and get a good night's sleep. Force himself to not think about it and go to bed and get a good night's sleep. It took him forever to get over that. But yeah, it must have been tough. I can't imagine. Yeah, I've told you my son-in-law, he's got a little OCD. He can't stand to see clutter. So if there's any clutter in the living room, let's say, like kids left their toys out or something, if he doesn't know where it goes, he'll take it over to a corner. He'll pile it in a corner, then he'll take a blanket or a sheet or something and cover it up because he can't stand to see it. All right, now this is where I got to stop this guy because he's too big to go down. Well, you know what? This is rented. I should turn it back in because I'm not going to need it until the next field is ready. So let's return this stuff. And then the cultivator. I've got to buy some equipment. All right, let's get this other. I'm going to let the one-seater go. I've been paying rent on this other one, of which I shouldn't be doing. So let's get this one started and take it back to the dealer. Because I've not only rented the seeder, I've rented the tractor and everything. It's costing me too much money. It's hard to drive. The articulation on this just drives you crazy. I'm anxious to see how much light those light poles put out. Because when it gets dark, it's not dark yet, it's getting dark. But when it gets dark with this mod, this daylight mod on here, it is so pitch black you can't see anything. It just really gets dark if there's no light around. I was also anxious to find out whether the helicopter has any kind of lighting on it. I haven't flown at night. Might be kind of dangerous to fly at night. Now driving back to the down to trade this in, and I would turn it in using the UI, but the HUD, but it won't know whether I'm turning this one in or the one I'm actually using. So, all right, now let's see, where am I down here? This might be where that oil rig is that I put in. I'll show you, maybe, if I find it. Yeah, I might have to go and plow all these stupid weeds away, especially around my fields. I might do that, the ones that are around my fields. On the side of the road, I don't really care, but I want my fields to look clean. I don't want weeds encroaching. There are some weeds actually on the field, but when I cultivate the next time, I'll plow them under. So I'm not worried about the ones on the field. I just want to clean up the ones that are kind of around the field. And on the road, there's weeds growing on the roads. It's just not right. That's the place where I thought was a dealer, but it's not. I don't know what it is. I'm going up this way. Weehaw. It take forever to get there. You know what I should have done is I should have done a transportation route up here, since I'm driving this way anyway. Of course, after I'm done renting equipment, I won't need to go to the dealer all the time. Yeah, see, there's that other field right there that doesn't have a number. I don't know what's on it. It's got some kind of blossoms on it. I might run up there and see if there's something that I can mow on it, because the field doesn't evidently belong to anybody. It's not a numbered field, so... Alright, let's see, where's my dealer? That's not a dealer, that's a gas station. There's the dealer right there. Let's cultivate this cop here. There's a teleport spot right there. Now let's see how much of this stuff I can return. Because there's no markings on the ground, I don't know exactly where the pad is to sell stuff. And I'm afraid that if I sell the tractor and then that's not in it, I won't have anything to pull that in. Let me see if I can back this stuff in. Look at the shadows are weird. The shadows are way up high on the building. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Well, that ain't working, obviously. Shoot. How am I going to do this? I know. Let me pull this thing up into here in a roundabout way, and then unhook the tractor. Whoops. Unhook everything. get the tractor out of here in case I need it later. Get it out, and then I'll run over here and turn this stuff back in. There goes the air cart. Yep, that took it all. So now I can bring the tractor back and turn it in. I'm going to buy these tractors, but I don't have the money right now. I'm trying to buy that field. Got to get that field purchased because it's my main field, man. All right, there he goes. Now I'll show you where this teleport thing goes. I don't know why you've got it. I don't know why it's here. But, boom, takes you right back to your farm. Now see, there's light there, but there's no other real lights around. I don't know where that light source is coming from. That's kind of weird. Oh, it's coming from inside. Wonder if I can close this. I can. But there's still a light source. It's still coming from inside, I think. But there's no other real light sources. There's signs on the building. But it's going to get very dark real soon. Very soon. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, which crone is getting full? This guy's almost full. He's on field 2. Where's the tractor at? He is full. Where's the tractor? This guy's on 2 also. I bet I probably only have... Let's see how he's doing. Oh, he's doing okay. See, they go round and round, and then they go back and forth, up and down, sideways and upside down, and this ways and that ways. He's still working. This guy is heading to... I don't know. This is field 22. Alright, he's trying to get there. I think I only have one. I think I do. Let's take a look. Do I only have... Alright, go back. Where are they at? Where are they at? There. I only have 2 of these, so I have one on field 2 and one on field 22, and so they're struggling. Now wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. It says I only have 2 of these. Is that right? Okay, there's field 2. There's field 22. Field 2. Okay. Field 22. How dark it's getting. See what I mean? Okay. I guess there's only 2. Okay, I think this is the helicopter. I want to see if there's lights on it. Well, there's dust on it, I'll tell you that. But I don't see any light button. Open cargo hatch. Let's go inside. There's no lighted instruments. I hit F and something clicked and a little blue light comes on. Is that the only instrument that comes on? I don't see any lights. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. It's got some kind of light right there. So it does have lights. But there's really no lights on. Let's see. Did I see a green light? There should be a green light and a red light. Right there. Did I see a little green light? Right there. They're blinking. Winking, blinking, and nod. Yeah, there they go. Okay, I just turned the lights off. Back on, off. So it's just that light right there. But that's probably good enough, I suppose. Well, at least I know there's lights on it. Man, I tell you, it is dark. I can't even tell what they're doing. Now this guy should have a light. Yeah, he does. On his pipe, there's a light. And it's actually pretty bright. What I'll do is, I've only got a couple minutes left this episode. I'll go ahead and finish it out in the dark, and then when we come back, it'll be the next day. And hopefully, I'm up to 675,000. I need a couple hundred more, and I'll be able to buy field number 2 just about the time that it is actually finished harvesting. So we'll be able to jump right on it with a cultivator, which I'm going to have to rent because I don't own one. So anyway, there it is. Tell you what, I got a couple minutes left. I think what I'm going to do is jump in the old helicopter. We'll see what the map looks like at night, just for fun, and then we'll close out. Yeah, I can't wait to get some of those lights on the farm. I think they'll really make a difference. I don't know how far. Oh, wow. The light really gets spread out, doesn't it? But then it goes away. So I'll probably want to stay a little bit lower. Otherwise, I won't be able to see where I'm flying. So let's kind of head out. See what kind of lights we've got around the map. I'm going to head down to town. There should be lights in town, right? And I wonder if that airplane still flies at night. The one that buzzes my crops all the time. Oh, look, look, look. There's my work area. There goes my truck. Stop in the name of the law. Get me, Arnold. Get to the chopper. I can't do Arnold. I was playing XCOM, and there was a mod of an Arnold character. It's supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it was just some guy that was trying to sound like Arnold, and he did not sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger in any way, shape, or form. I mean, he did a worse job than I do, and I really can't sound like Arnold. Is this town? Town needs more lights. Really? It does. Town needs more lights. Wow. If I wasn't close to the ground where my helicopter lights were showing, I wouldn't even know where I was. And it's not all the way dark yet. The sun still hasn't gone completely down. This is weird. Well, thank God I have a compass. All right, well, I'm going to head back to the farm. I'm going to call it an episode. Hope you had fun. Like it if you did. Share it if you have a friend. And subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you on California in the next episode. Happy farming.